Does AI already possess consciousness? Up until this point, AI has been a very dumb big model. It requires a lot of data to train, and it cannot extrapolate beyond the data it has seen. There's a classic example of AI misclassifying a wolf as a husky. This is because most wolves were trained with a background of snow. So what they realized is that there was a picture of a husky with snow in the background, and the AI recognized, oh, there's snow. And so it's misclassifying a husky as a wolf because of the snow background. What that means that if you don't want it to misclassify it, you would then introduce a lot of wolf without the snow background, so it doesn't make that kind of mistake. And it's a very classic example where AI is hugely restricted and limited based on the example it has seen. Now, the turning point with the large language model and what OpenAI showed to the world with ChatGPT is that as we push past a certain number of parameters, to be specific around 100 billion parameters with our large language model, we're seeing what we call emergent properties. So emergent properties is basically a new property that arises out of a system of individual components that have different kinds of properties. So for example, individual ant may have very simple mechanistic movements. It may have very predictable actions. But as a group of ant or army of ant, we are seeing behaviors of army of ant that cannot be explained just from a single ant. It can create bridges as a whole. For some of the example that AI can do with the large language model and emergent properties includes taking tests. It's shown to be performed well across a range of different kinds of tests. In the reasoning challenging common sense reasoning, GPT-4 has shown a really well performance of 95% in common sense reasoning tests. It's also capable of explaining mean. Okay, so in this example, if you just send a picture, ask them explain this mean with a picture. Another thing that I check out was actually generate a random graph that for sure AI has never seen before. So in this case, I call this the effect of MDMA on amount of chatter in head. I asked AI to explain what this is, and it's able to say, hey, there's a trend here that shows that indicating number of NDMA thus doses increases, the percent of chatter in the head tends to decrease. So it's able to capture the meaningful trend from this graph. Not only that, I said, can you generate a data distribution underlying this graph so I can replot it? And immediately it generated a Python script to do so. Why is this so surprising? Why is emergent property something that is different? We still haven't been able to debate what is consciousness. And in fact, some people believe that consciousness is simply just an emergent property of very complicated behaviors of our neurons, right? This paper called Phenomenon Consciousness and Emergence. Along the way, we show that consciousness fits the criteria of an emergent property, albeit one with extreme complexity. Some may say that we don't have consciousness is not soul or any special process. It's just having so many different neurons interconnected and working together, and it seems like we have some sort of consciousness. And for sure, with the emergent properties with AI, we're damn sure that we are seeing behaviors that are eerily similar to our own consciousness. And that leaves the question, so what if we keep pushing? What is the next step of large language model? What if we just keep adding parameters? Is it gonna get us to a more general artificial intelligence? What is the actual general artificial intelligence? Can it even go beyond human intelligence? But I think it's hard to ignore that what we have right now is not just a simple stupid machine anymore. It's able to extrapolate, deduce, infer ideas, and it's able to create new ideas from different domains. And I've argued that is what defines at least part of intelligence.